evening hangout. And hey, everybody, we have Atava, Bijan, Justin, Noha, Roxy, Dudin, Shiny. It's
Sean.
Shan, yes, Shrai, and Zina. And we lost Matt. Matt is gone. But thank you for keeping space for me because I was afraid I wouldn't be able to come. So I started channeling it about 2 weeks ago, and I'm still learning, and every day is different. It's a nice ride and very interesting one. I still don't know what it is. It's clearly not what I expected, and it's not what is Jim doing or what Bashar is doing. I more like channel myself, but the personalities come that are clearly not me. So the personality comes, and then it's more me speaking, and they just speak from my mind, from my experience, what to bring up. So that's my understanding at the moment. But again, it changes every day. Now, between the channelings, I also have experiences which are funny and interesting, like goosebumps, presence of beings and somethings and somebody's presence of somebody. So I interpret it different now. And someone just knocking on my head right here. So interesting. I will go now. I will bring Rojo. Yeah, and we'll continue from there. I will try to slow down. I was advised to speak slowly and take pauses to get the downloads. Hello. Hi, everybody. I'm Rojo. I am Yael. Ownership. I'm male and female in the same body. I'm Jan, and I started channeling through Max recently. Hi, everyone.
Now much love.
Oh, much love.
Hello.
Hello, hello. So, how can I be of service today? Please go forward with your questions and topics.
Do you possibly have any questions for us? Is there
Questions? Yes. Why do you have unemployment?
Unemployment.
Yes.
Well,
If people want to work, why they are prohibited from working? Yes.
it's a difficult thing.
I think the reason may stem from. I think it may stem from.
Interesting day today.
Okay, go ahead again, Audrey.
Oh, sorry about that. That must be.
Your mic was
technology.
serious, but it's fine.
I'll let Max fix the technology.
The problem was we were getting feedback from somebody's connection, so just mute yourself when you're not speaking, please.
Can I say something? Hello, this is Noha. I thought this is part of ascension. You're being jobless. I don't know. I heard that I heard it sometime back.
I think the reason why we might have employment might be because of issues with maybe might stem from either the personal life or the business life.
You're speaking from the person who is unemployed. Why would they be unemployed? My question was, I turned it a little different way. Why the humanity as a whole, as a collective, allows people not to work when they want to work?
Well, it will stem from either. It might stem from either money loss. I know it has something to do with money.
Yes. How money is a tool, as I understand, and why the money somehow prevent people from working?
Well, sometimes if you just say want to build, if the employer, sorry, wants a car built and the employee can't build a car, he has no qualifications, the employer will not employ him. But if the employee, which is the person that wants to work on the job, has qualifications that they may do it, it also may have something to do with our technology. It's getting to the point on the planet now where technology has been developing at such a fast rate that most companies are basically building whatever they want with other machines. So people are getting replaced by machines now, and there's no, work for anyone because all the machines are doing their jobs for them.
Interesting. And do you believe that?
Well, that's what they say. I'm on the fence about it.
It might also be because people have better. It might stem from abilities. Like if this person has a better ability than the other person, they will hire the person with better skills. But it also means that the person can learn new skills, but they would rather have someone who has the experience more than the newbie.
So those people who are unemployed, why don't they just come together and start doing something new?
It might stem from either family life or personal life, and issues evolving with getting along and scheduling everything.
So it is a question of communication.
It's also a question of emotion state too, because some people, when they don't work a lot and they can't really afford to have a social life because they take money from the government, they get real down and depressed, and they just don't want to do any work because they feel like they're kind of like not doing what they should be doing, and since they're not following their highest excitement, they get real down.
And what I was about to say, it might also be the same with people not getting along together and not, like, I guess, communicating and trying to stand other people. Like some people can't work in a group, and some people rather work alone and in a group.
People working alone, yes. Right. Interesting. Would it be a possibility that people who are working are selfish and don't allow others to work in their companies?
It might also stem from that as well, I think.
And some people discriminate and stereotype also against an ethnic group too, so you may have that problem too.
Yeah, so people divide others into groups, and some of them they say these are ours, and some of them they say these are not ours, the others, these are the others, and they help each other in their group, and they reject the people from outside.
It also, a lot of people say that a certain ethnic group has more better skills than another ethnic group.
And
it sounds to me like it's kind of based on control and fears, like just old cycles of control and fear that's the foundation simply, which all the issues stem from with unemployment.
Being a AL, what do you think of unemployment?
It's a paradox, and it's I don't want to push you first. I don't want to load my ideas onto you. Let's discuss your ideas first. What what do you think can be done to let people work? What, as a collective, as a society, could humans do to help unemployed people get their work?
I guess that first will be very nice if the people could choose something that they really love to do, because the people call it work to something that you have to do, some kind of activity you have to do, and many times it's something that you don't really enjoy. You're just trying to do it in order to take care of yourself or your bills and continue playing in this society. These are the rules of the society. We need to work, we need to produce in order to take care of ourselves, to make our payments. And the thing that you was mentioning about how these groups of people, could be any group, could be a religious group, a social group, they join together and they try to help each other, but just inside their group, it's very limiting. We need to move forward for that, because we continue with these ideas that because we belong to one group or to other group, or that my group is better than the other, and because I join in this group, I cannot be able to socialize or share or help members of the other group, and that is very limiting in my idea. I guess that it will be very nice if the people could choose as job an activity that you really enjoy, that you really like, that even follow your biggest excitement in your life. That will be very nice.
Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing. I invite more. So, what else could the society could do to help people start working? Yes.
I think that I think that you have to look at the whole fact that most of our, at least speaking about the U.S., most of the economy is most of the jobs are in things like spying, technology, things to serve the government, and then the rest of the jobs are either specialized. You need to get yourself into debt to get a degree, or find a smart way to get a degree to get, or it's just like retail, which is just basically being a slave, a paid slave, just trading your time for money.
I agree, yes.
You gotta look at that.
Done?
I'm sorry?
What could be done as a society? What groups of people could do to solve that?
Everyone needs to realize that the people are the most valuable resource and not something fake called money. And I think everyone's realizing that. So everyone knows it here.
So people already realized, and now they still cannot start working in a way or kind of creating stuff. They feel like they are underutilized. So how can they become more utilized and more active in doing things? What specific steps the society and groups of people could do?
I guess that one biggest step that the people can do first is to find people with similar ideas and similar interests. By example, if the internet is gathering that we have today, I'm meeting for first time with all of you, my brothers and sisters, but I already know ahead that we have a common idea and common sharing. When you find people that have more or less the same ideas that you can make a community and find people, share your ideas, and start putting people together, working in a common and a common benefit for the biggest excitement of all the involved and for the benefit of the society as well.
I fully agree. That's my opinion too, my humble one. I think people who feel underutilized could connect together, find on the internet or in physical face-to-face connections, find people who are also available, come together and start doing things without waiting for the invitation or for the permission from the controllers.
It's a very good idea.
Please expand more on what could be done by individuals and the society and groups of people. Please expand. That's nice to hear and very interesting.
Once people realize that, money isn't everything, and, everyone can look after their own selves, after they realize that they can sort of, go and follow what their highest excitement is.
Yes.
So once a person realizes that, money isn't literally everything, and that they can do whatever they want to do, then, they're not in that, I'm just trying to survive week by week. Most people wouldn't stay awake, and they follow their highest excitement. They fall into abundance, and then, we can help, create jobs and things with that, because people will be coming up with their own ideas, and that'll create more economic growth in the planet.
Yes. When you look from above on Earth, it is very funny how it looks. Some nations have in the dark, their lights shine very bright. New York, Chicago, California, much of Japan, Paris, London shine as bright stars. And some of the Earth, some of the Africa, some of the Asia, some of China is in the dark. The distribution of wealth and energy flows and the food chain is very disproportional. Very interesting and very surprising and very unfortunate, I would say.
Rahul, I have something to say. I heard through Edgar Casey that 4D, four-dimensional, will be fully on Earth by the year 2032. What do you think about that? At that time, then the money won't be needed. Money is gonna be that stage and needed on Earth. Do you see that coming at that time, or is it gonna be before? Because you're talking about money, we don't need money. Our light worker is saying we don't need money, but it's not gonna be that soon. It's gonna be that time. That's what I gathered from his teaching.
I think we need to stop looking for other people for answers and start creating. It's up to us to make the new systems, I think is what Rojo is trying to say.
About us, but it's going to take that time. Till 2032 is quite far away,
Why are you looking at that year when we're now?
What do you mean now? It's going to take time to be settled on Earth. How is it going to take time? It's going to take time. Nothing's going to be that fast, you see.
Who cares about that?
This is the law of the Earth. It's nothing going to be on a blink of an eye. It's going to take your time. How do you think,
Rahul? It's just more important to live moment to moment, be happy, because if you live like that, you're going to go crazy.
No, I'm not. No,
I'm not saying you are. I'm not saying you are.
I understand you, but this is how it is. This is reality.
I think the best way to explain it is that I think we might be thinking too far in the head and not thinking about the present time, how we can work our way up to that point.
Oh, thank you. It's very enlightening to see how even most enlightened of you still have disagreement. Yes, I have disagreement with myself very often. Yes.
It's the fun of being human.
Yes. You know, one
Rahul,
person may have so many opinions.
you are out of the picture and you can see better. Can't you see that from the outside of space? We are inside, you don't see much, maybe.
We are co-creating the reality. The reality is being co-created. It is like a computer game. We are writing the scenario of the drama as we go. And maybe the reality in which I will end up, you will end up, and every one of us will end up would be different, or it could be the same, or it could be branches of the same. So yes, on one branch, of course, that will be 2000, whatever number you said. And another reality could be different. It branches, and it branches so frequently. So, as we say, by resonating with a certain reality, you shift towards it. You are being attracted through the law of attraction, of course. So it depends on how you think now. That number for you will change, and some of us will end up in that number, and some of us will end in another number. So yes, it is just another way to say there are decision forks which are to come, and it's all up to you individually and collectively what you will decide. And we will be standing by watching with anticipation. Yes, but there is, of course, there is global, there is collective consciousness, and there are laws and inertia. But again, it's all very fluid. And these timelines are already visible from here. You already can sense them. We already can sense them. You're already getting messages from there. They're already being formed. The blueprints are already printed. But where you individually will end up, on this one, it's up to you. It's your choice which part of the game, which scenario of the game you're going to play. It's up to you. You're free to choose that timeline or that timeline, and where do you want to go on each of the branching points. I hope it helps. Does it?
Yes. Beautiful.
Yes. Please continue. I'm most delighted to hear the ideas of strengthening the network and creating clusters of independent entrepreneurship, if I say that word right, entrepreneurial activity. Please share.
Something that we were talking about before, we were talking about how the people can meet each other in these communities and put things together. I was thinking about, by example, all these people that have losing their houses now in these events that have been happening with the economy being so bad, especially in the United States, or not only in the United States, in many places around the world. Many people are starting to coming together in small communities and thinking about forming, to living together as a community in spaces maybe closer to the woods, more away a little bit from the city, and trying to be a sustainable society with members that are thinking about to have a more green style of life and to be close to nature. The people that have similar interests can make a small community and build something together and live together in harmony. That is one idea that comes to my mind at this time.
Yes, that idea comes to my mind too. Yeah, I watched a family of farmers to start their own farm. and they went broke because they couldn't sell their produce. They couldn't compete with big farms. The whole economic system didn't allow them to be sustainable, which is unfortunate. They could do that. They just couldn't. They could do it one way, but the money, as you say, didn't allow them. But other things than agriculture might be more suitable for those activities, where people come together and become partly independent. Yes, we see the communes of hippie communes and other communes trying and failing all the time. But in other cases, kibbutzes and monasteries and some of the franchises, they sort of survive. I don't know. Would it be necessary for communities to be separated, be small, and be somewhere in the wilderness? Or could these communities be formed right in the middle of mainstream life just by connecting people together? Did they pass the question right?
I guess that it could be done in the same way as you mentioned. The community could be made in a city with members meeting regularly and having activities and inviting more members related to their own groups of family and friends, and in that way continue expanding the community in the same city or in the place where you live.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Can you create a community right within the society, within the city, within the town, somewhere in the middle of civilized place, still to come together and do something creative and be partly independent on restrictions, which are money, economy, and law restrictions, somehow be independent of these limitations.
Something and relating to that we're going to have to overcome is everybody's fears, because even I don't like going out in public sometimes, and I think that's just a human nature thing, like we need to overcome our fear of coming together, and I think discussions like this are important, otherwise we wouldn't have even thought of it.
I think it's a yes. The answer would be a yes, but it depends on the people. Are they willing to come together in these big cities and all to make a community happen? Because if they are, well then yes, it will happen. But if you get a city of people and they're all closed off to one another and they're all looking out for themselves, well then it's very hard to, get a community-based place when everyone's looking out for themselves and not for the good of the whole city.
Yeah. The members, I'm communicating with the members of the human colony community, and they are dreaming about going to the colonies in space, visiting the aliens, visiting us on our ships. They wish so hard to create the colonies away from Earth, away from restrictions and away from negativity, even away from duality. But why do you need to go up? Why cannot you go together on the surface? Why cannot you form human colonies on the surface, right between the others, just by holding hands tighter and starting something new and creative, unrestricted by economy?
It's going to take a lot of people overcoming a lot of belief systems. I think it's definitely going to happen.
And some might channel the technologies. We cannot give you the technologies, but if you channel them from anywhere, they are yours. They're not patented. We don't patent things. I don't think so. We don't patent. We are not permitted to give you, but you can take if you can. So what kind of examples do you know of such communities? Is it a dream or are they already happening?
I didn't get
Well,
the
I
question.
think
Could you say that again, please?
Do you mean our
community
physical
of Valhalla,
happening?
that is happening in
Phone
in
is
Female,
Ontario.
please. Female, please, first.
Sure.
please ask your question again. I didn't get it.
So which examples do you know of the communities formed by light workers, which are already doing things now?
Something that I noticed is something that Max brought up, the meetup.com. I didn't even realize there was groups like doing Reiki and doing energy healing right in the city I live in.
Ah, yeah, I know of those, yes. This is our great delight to see those. The Reiki groups,
Yes, it was refreshing
Reiki share groups. Jim and Max were part of a community of Reiki share. Yes, they come every once a week and then they become more popular and they were invited to YMCA, the sports complex, and people were walking by and watching people doing Reiki and asking, what is that? Looks like massage, but it is not. Looks like magic in the YMCA. And then they went to the hospitals and did free Reiki to people, doctors, nurses. Yes. And they were opened and they were delighted. Yes. Energy healing is something which is very tangible. You can feel it in your fingers. You can feel it on your head. You can feel it in your heart. And as you feel it, you become open to higher dimensions. It opens the mind. Yes. And it's all right there on the internet. You can sign up and come for free. Yes. Explore that. Yeah, meetup.com is still one of those not very, how do you say? Yeah, still very bright stars in the bright networks. It brings me delight, yes. Mention more, please go ahead. There was many people wanted to speak. Let's talk about healing. Let's switch the topic. I think maybe healing would be something where I could contribute a little bit. Yes. Anybody wants to speak about healing?
Yeah, regarding healing, I need some healing, please, to my shoulder. Can you do that for me, please, as a group? My right shoulder. Static energy. Something is wrong there.
Let's meditate. Let's talk a little before we send you energy, or while we're sending energy. So, when did it come to you? Your right shoulder, when did it start to bother you? What was the event which precipitated that?
It happened around January.
Yes. What was the worry? It's usually some worry, some vortex of
Worry.
The fear which precipitates in the bone, in the joint, and in the bone.
It must be about this job thing. It must be about the job thing that I talked to you about yesterday. It must be. And at occasion, my mom's situation, things like that.
Do you stress out about it a lot? Stress?
No stress, no. My mind always, I'm a very positive person, but the thought comes back every now and then. I'm pushing it away. I'm trying to be positive. Like yesterday when I started the webinar with Max, I was about to cry when I joined in, and then towards the end, he lifted me up. Thank you. See?
Anybody can contribute to this shoulder equation. Anybody? Why would she have a pain in the shoulder?
How long has it been lasting?
It's been since January. Since January.
This January? Were you in a car accident or anything?
No. It's just this mental thing, mental idea.
Right. The only thing I can relate it to is I was in a car accident and I hurt my leg, kind of not too bad. My left shin. And long story short, I kept feeling the pain in that shin for like 2 or 3 years, even after it healed. But I still had issues that I needed to process back then, but eventually it went away. I hope that helps. I think yours will go away too.
I do Reiki myself, and I ask angels to come through, and yet it's there. I cannot lift my right arm straight with the left one. It's still held back. It's tight.
You should try curcumin or turmeric. It's a
turmeric.
spice.
Turmeric. Yeah, I know turmeric.
That's very good for any type of bone or muscle problems, inflammation. I use it for everything. It's got hundreds of uses.
Of course, yeah, I know about turmeric. What I was using is castor oil. I heard that through.
Yes, I've heard about that too.
I heard that through Casey, Edgar Casey. So I was doing that, and still it takes time. It's not fast.
It's a process.
It's true. Everything's a process.
Have you had any stress or anything since
you heard me.
I just said that, Sean. Jeez.
I did say that. I answered that part, Shiny. It's about this.
I was kidding, Sean.
What's the matter with you?
Someone.
What's the matter? Yeah.
What I felt, you have some a little negative emotion that holds you back. You are holding that back. It's touched your shoulder.
Oh, that brings up a good point. Yes, Anita. Is there any emotions that you haven't processed, or is there anything you're keeping repressed?
No, actually, I'm doing yoga. Yoga, you're flexible like anything. And I was doing this, when you held your hand back and you pull it to the front. I was I was lenient like a sponge, I was so flexible like a plastic rubber. I don't know what happened to me all of a sudden,
Yeah, I'm not sure. Sometimes if you repress emotions, if you don't want to, if you had a bad experience and you don't process the emotion from it, that can cause it, but that's not sounding like it's
the
your
only
case.
thing in my mind is this job thing I was thinking about that I was discussing yesterday, It happened since January because, as I told you, the CV went there and it was hidden. This idea goes you crazy. What is this? Conspiracy theory? Damn it, man. How can people be so rude and dirty?
I know what you're talking about.
How you need to let it go.
I listened to your story earlier.
Well, how can you let it go and you're living it, every day? Your mom is there, she's sick, you're worried about her, things like that. It's a day-to-day living thing, and I'm worried about it, and the brothers are on the different side. So it's driving you crazy, and I'm trying to be positive all the time. Not trying. I am. I'm always pushing it. Still?
Just share. Whenever you're having trouble, just share.
I did. Yeah, like you heard me yesterday. You should have heard me when I came in. I told Max I was about to cry. Thank God we spoken, and when I heard it again, I found myself. I was lifted. Thank God.
That's good.
Yeah, but the shoulder pain is still there. The thing is, the stagnant energy is still there,
Have you tried using your mind's eye? Oh, I'm sorry.
You need to believe it, Noha.
Believe what? It's getting better?
It's getting better, you are healing.
Oh, I'm doing it
Yes,
every day, every day. I'm doing meditations with hypnosis.
Noah,
I'm
believe what you're doing, what you're saying. Put the feelings.
I
Believe
am.
on that.
I
Put
am.
that in your heart.
I understand
Come
you.
from heart to the
I
pain.
understand you. I understand.
Forgive everyone,
Oh,
everything. Okay?
yeah. Need to be in a constant state of forgiveness.
Yes, yes, yes. You pronounce what I wanted to say. Yes,
Great,
forgiveness.
thank you.
Yes, forgiveness. Yes, forgive them. You're still angry at them. You angry.
This
You
company
can
maybe?
even put you can put it on the wall the sticky notes. You're angry on this one, on this one, on this event, and you have to investigate. If you want to heal your shoulder, forgiving them
Okay.
would be a prescription. So here's my prescription. Forgive them. And
Thank you, doctor.
forgive yourself too. Forgive them and
Yeah.
yourself. Two,
Mm.
number one and number two. Or you can switch. Yes. Now, when you forgive him, you don't have to forget the lesson. The lesson you keep, but the emotion is different. The lesson you keep, but you're not afraid anymore. You keep the lesson as a check mark. I know this, I have been there, but I don't feel the pain anymore. Let it go away. And it can be done without words, but with words it's even better. If you create your formulas which you accept fully, I really forgive them because I understand what happened. I made a choice. It could be a right choice, it could be a wrong choice, but I made it. At the moment, it felt right for me. Emotionally, I felt right. And it was unfair, and I understand it, but I let the pain go. I let it go. I let it go. That was the pain that they were unfair to me. I did everything right, and it was unfair, and I let it go. And you your pain right now energizes you. It's one of your motivations. You're afraid what will happen tomorrow in a year. You are still afraid, and it's okay.
Mm-hmm.
But make this fear to be practical but not emotional.
I
Stop
understand.
feeling pain about the future. The
I
pain
understand.
about the future is called anxiety.
Yes,
And the pain about the past is called depression. So
you're right.
this future pain and past pain, let them go. Keep the motivation, but let go of the pain,
Yes,
and it will go. Just
I
let it go.
understand.
Yes.
Also, also know how you don't have to validate what other people think about you or what you may think they think
No,
about
no, no,
you.
no, 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 no,
And
no.
you can make your own truth. I'm sure you do, but I'm just saying, like, if somebody is judging you, you don't have to validate it. You can make your own reality.
Right.
Yes. Yes. Now, you mentioned someday about the dress, that you are what you wear, something of that sort.
Designing the formal dress when we step up, we wear abayas. It's called
No,
abayas.
something else. I'm sorry. I meant your way of dressing up defines you somehow. And
Aha,
I
the way I dress up.
understand. I
The way I dress
understand
up.
that.
That's
It
my
is a
style.
statement. It is a statement. You have to make it. It is emotional and it feels right, especially because you're progressive.
Yeah.
Now, is it still fully defining you, or maybe you can come over and you're so enlightened that you don't have to attach your essence to the way you look.
You mean I don't have to dress sophisticatedly? I don't do it much, you know? That's what you're trying to say? No, don't dress or overdress. I don't overdress. I'm trying to be natural. normal, you know. But sometimes the way I dress, it does provoke people. You know that? I do believe in this. But this is your style. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you, would it be practical? You said yesterday
Yeah.
that you cannot take a walk.
Yeah, I cannot.
If you dress differently, would you be able to take a walk?
No, 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 no. When you take a walk, you're casual and you're wearing plain. You know what I mean? Plain. Nothing sophisticated like are you going to a party or something. It's just plain and normal, you know, like your tracksuit and but the black dress is on top of it. You know, when we walk outside, you must wear your black formal dress. It's called
Yes.
a bag.
So in
But you know, I'm
formal
not
black
attracted.
dress, can you walk, take a walk?
No, I can't. People are
Okay,
jumping.
okay.
They're awful. They're vulgars. You know what I mean? They attack you.
This is what they were taught, and the belief systems still remain around there, and that's why you're there
Yeah,
to deconstruct it.
I'm part of it.
You should be
Absolutely.
an example, yes, by being an example.
But you don't
I'm
have
part.
to be there for others, though. You can be there for yourself and still serve everyone.
And regarding what my walk, how I'm gonna do that?
Everything.
Yeah, I understand this part, but this is where you pull yourself away and you send them love. What can you say? You're sending love to the area, and yet you find them every day. You know, like when I'm taking a walk, how I look like? I'm plain. Nothing is attractive about me. No makeup, no nothing. I wear my glasses to look even more formal. You know, when you put glasses, you look older. You look more formal. You know, but still, people are weird.
I wonder if it has to do with anything like the women being so covered that it represses like the human spirit maybe and makes them act out.
I don't cover my face though. I cover my
I mean
body,
the
you
whole
know?
culture, like how everyone covers, it makes the women cover. Maybe
Yeah, they want me to.
it
I
represses
cannot
the
cover.
human spirit. So
It does.
it makes it more exotic when things like that happen.
Exotic. Yeah. I can't cover my face. I cannot do that part. I have my glasses on. It's more than enough, you know? It's another way of covering, you know?
Noha.
Oh.
Noha.
I hear you. I hear you.
So do you believe that you create your own reality, right?
This is the thing that's driving me crazy. Another topic.
You create
Okay.
your reality.
I want to create my reality and it's not creating
Well,
what I
you're
want.
still holding on to belief systems that are limited. If you keep holding on to thoughts that you go out and you dress a certain way, people are going to judge you, people are going to be weird and not going to accept you for who you are, then that is the type of reality you will see, you will perceive. But if you change from within, you raise your vibration, you release belief systems and definitions that are of conditioning and limitation, then the mirror will only reflect back to you exactly what you put out. So if you put out if once you start thinking about, oh, somebody's going to look at me this way, or somebody's
No,
going
no,
to
no.
this
Oh,
yourself.
Steven, I'm not that type. You don't know me. No, no, no. I'm not that way. Listen, I'm a light worker. My heart is open. Everybody knows me. You know, when they say no, how when they speak to me, my God, you have a good heart. I go, I know this. But this is the way I dress up. I don't care how people receive me because from inside I feel good. And you know, sometimes when you dress up, you feel good, right? So this is
That's the
how I
thing.
feel. This is it. You feel good. This is how I want to be. I want to be like that. So they perceive me differently. Who cares? They've got their own money. They can spend it on themselves. You know, they're not that you know in a lower situation or something. They do, but they're stingy. They don't want to spend on themselves. It's their own business. You know. But no,
Yes.
no,
Men
no. I
have
don't care
men
about
have
people.
obvious challenges. Women have subtle challenges that aren't recognized.
True, you
Like
got it there.
women get a lot more. Like I'm sure if I was in your position, I'd probably be complaining about it a lot more. You know, I don't
It
ever hear
is.
you complain.
It's a culture thing, you know. It's a culture thing. What can you say?
It's beautiful.
Yeah. But I'm
What
just
I
giving hope. Yes.
what I see in you is that you are so transformed. Your vibration is so different.
Since
You
when?
think so much different from
From
people
around me.
you meet. Yeah,
Yes.
that causes by itself the
Exactly.
whole vibrational storm. It doesn't really
You
matter what
nailed it.
you will wear.
This is it. You nailed it. This is why I want to be out of this place. I
Could you
want to
say
move
that one more
to.
time? I missed it.
Say that again, Max, again. Oh, Rojo. Rojo, repeat.
Oh, I just said that your vibration is so different that when your vibration comes across the vibration
Oh,
of
I see.
other people, it causes the storm. It causes the lots of vortexes and fighting of the energies. It doesn't really matter what you dress because the energies interact. And I wonder what could you do to heal that?
Yeah.
Maybe you could
Focusing,
meditate and practice
sending
adapt to
energy.
different energies so you separate your inner energies and what you project.
You know what I
Projecting
noticed?
one and keeping inside another. It
Rojo,
can
you
be
know,
done in a honest fashion. It doesn't have to be a lie, but maybe it is something like placing walls so you don't project your enlightenment too strongly so people don't get blinded.
Yeah. When you're enlightened, sorry, I don't have to say that I'm enlightened. I'm saying I'm a light worker. But people, when they see that you're a light worker, they get provoked. My God, you know what I mean? So intention itself is not enough. By the way, if I want to go to a ceremony or something, I have to I have to send energy beforehand. By the way, otherwise my own intention is not enough. You know, I do face that. I face it in reality. My good intention is not enough.
There is a new idea in the air that before lifting people up, you have to bend down and start from the vibration where they are and lift. You cannot lift them up from above. You have to go down and help them. So think about that. How can you start on their level and then bring them up? You're so far above that you scare them. You have to, like, when you meet small children and dogs, small pets, you might need to go.
I get you now. Yeah, I get you.
Yes,
But
very low and be less.
you know something? They're not judgmental. They're not judgmental like the others. They're so sweet. Then you'll kneel your back for them. But those people, my goodness. You know what I mean? When someone is judgmental, you gotta be, you know, slow with
Yeah,
them.
but also it depends on what someone has gone through in the day. Because sometimes
Yes,
people they reach a breaking point, even good people.
yes. Yeah, there is a story. I perceive a story. There was a security worker in a university, and great scientists passed through the door which he guarded, and all he cared, what kind of ideas they showed, and they showed the ideas upside down. He got really upset. I don't know if it helps to you, but the security worker couldn't even perceive the level of science they were doing. All he cared was the ideas.
I see. That's
Yeah.
interesting.
So
That has to do with your. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just talking about, so basically it's all about being balanced to higher and lower vibrational energies, so where you can be strong enough, and as we are light workers, that's what we are here to do, is to raise vibrations, raise the light quotient, raise the awareness and the consciousness of the people of a lower vibrational energy. I mean, everybody is equal, everybody is the same, but because of our knowledge and our wisdom, that's what sort of differentiates us. But that's what we're here, is to spread that knowledge and spread that wisdom, so we in turn raise everybody along with ourselves.
I would like to add to that the idea of service. Yes. Being of service, yes.
May I ask a question, please?
Oh, please, Sean, yes.
I'm just wondering if if I have had any past lives with you, because I feel a deep connection to you and I don't know what it is.
Yes, you're one of us. Yes. I cannot pass through any specifics, but your vibe is, yeah, one of us. Uh, it's something, how do you define it? Something of color and the vibe. Yes. It's, we are hanging on nearby branches of the vibrational tree of life. Nothing wrong of being far from us, but being close is just feels familiar, like close family. Yes. Thank you for asking.
Thank you for responding, and thank you for giving me that information, because I've asked beings before and they've been very, careful of what they were saying.
I need to start wrapping up. If anyone has anything urgent and burning, bring it up. Thank you. Does anybody
I just
want?
want to say thank you. Thank you
Yes,
for your
thank
work
you.
and everything and connection.
Yes, thank you,
Yes.
bro.
Yeah, I would invite blessings. If anybody could give us a blessing, that would be delightful.
If you want.
Yes, please.
All right. Thank you.
I can say something.
Oh, thank you.
I can say something. Much blessings.
Can I say something?
Yes, please go ahead.
Ishoto mayato to yakato, amania soto, isaturua, alakai, anonuyaki, soto miatare, kala ayashato, alakoso no yata, ititikato, shananato, ikitato, imatutu, shanaikata, tamarai shato, taumia.
Rahul, say something now.
Yes. Is it everything? Anybody else? Let me reflect on it. I was crying. I felt lonely. It was dark, and I was feeling sorry for the world, feeling sorry for the suffering of humans and animals and plants and the spirits beyond the veil. I felt sad and I felt despair. My friends, where are you? My gods, where are you? The source, the creator, what have I done wrong? Why this world is in such a sad state? And I heard the silence. There was no answer. Nobody came to me. The mirrors reflected my sad state. The rain was pouring on me like my tears. But still, the flame was inside. I felt my essence was still in me, and I breathed and blew some love into my essence. And the flame continued. And I collected the energy from the ground. I collected the energy from the falling rain. I collected the force from the suffering of everybody and gave it to the flame inside. And then the rain stopped. And the sky reflected my flame, and the sun started to shine. And I sensed the glory of the creation, and my friends and people who I didn't know, and plants and animals sent me love, and I felt one with them. The creation is sweet and nice, and we are together. Amen.
Thank you.
Thank you, amen.
Rahul, I was thinking something from your own language, a blessing from your language.
I'm sorry, the language, that's Max already, the language doesn't come through.
That was beautiful. That was beyond beautiful.
I'm inviting the language. Sometimes I bubble, but it doesn't come as easy as with you guys yet. But my intention is to bring it through. Yes, I invite more of that. Thank you, everybody. You will find us on humancolony.org. Join us, build your network, connect to each other, and build the groups of interests. I invite private channels, requests for private channeling sessions. You can find my information on humancolony.org. My email is max@humancolony.org. If you want to be part of these webinars, these hangouts, email me, and I will include you in email invitations. I also offer computer repair services. Like if your computer is bugged with viruses and bloatware, I can remotely work with you and remotely clean it up. So that's I offer that service for money. And
I need to know how much is that, because I have problems.
Introductory price is $20 an hour.
No, for the remote clearing
Yes.
the computer stuff.
Yeah, $20 an hour. Yes.
We have to be with you on the. We have to be with you online, or you do it remotely.
You will have to install a small program, and then they can access your computer.
I see.
And then after that, you will remove that program, and nobody can access your computer anymore. Yes.
Okay.
I did it before, so I know what I'm doing. Yes.
Okay, great.
You're welcome. All right. I think that's fine. That's it. Talk to you, I guess, tomorrow. I will try to do morning sessions as well, and watch the announcements. And if you don't get the announcements, email me, and you will be invited. Goodbye, everybody. Let me put my glasses on.
Much love.
Much love.
Much love. Atava, Bijan, Jax, Manuel, Noha, Sean, Siri, and Stephen. Goodbye, everybody.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Thank you.
Take care.
Thank you.